This episode of Blowjam Presents PodSmash is brought to you by Rosetta Stone at rosettapodcast.com/blow. And today's show is brought to you by advanceautoparts.com. Save 20% off your first order at advanceautooffer.com/blow. Enter promo code AAP20cast. Hey buddies, it's Blowjam Presents PodSmash. I'm your host, Delia Blowjam, and with me as always is my co-host and husband, Ryan Blowjam. What up, Rye?
El gato es en fuego.
Lo entiendo, lo siento. That means I understand, and I'm sorry.
Yo tengo un saco de marijuana.
I'm just going to come right out and say it that we're recording this on Easter, and we just got back from dinner at my family's, and we got a little wasted because that's what you do at the Heslin family household. Or households, plural. So our dynamic is that Ryan is overprepared and I am underprepared. Well, you're going to find that dynamic really enhanced today because I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. And Ryan has 8 pieces of paper over there.
I definitely know what I'm going to talk about, but I just have trouble talking in general. And you're better at talking, but you have nothing prepared. So
well, not
it's
only
going to be... It might be equal.
No, yeah, it's totally equal because I legit can't talk and I have a bunch to say. So we'll find out how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes because I can't do anything.
Oh, yeah, and we're outside. That's kind of a big component.
And now we're outside.
We got the mic stands and our fucking XLR cables.
We're on the back deck. You can hear the nature. You can hear some of the birds. We got Tito protecting all the cords.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing good. He's watching out. He's watching the perimeter. Everything's going good.
He's making sure no chipmunks come up here.
Making sure no squirrels or chipmunks fuck with our shit. He's got it. He's on it. He's on guard duty.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
We are safe.
So what's up, deal?
Well, our first segment is called Feed Me, and it's where Ryan and I discuss our top 3 episodes and podcasts of the week. So, Ryan, you always kick it off. What's good? Feed me, son.
Well, the one that I got, it's going to come up later, too. It's one of the new podcasts I've been listening to. It's called 30 Animals That Made Us Smarter. It's from the BBC World Service. It's with host Patrick Ari. It's a show about the amazing things that humans have learned from animals in nature. It's about biomimicry and design, which I love that shit. I love when design imitates nature, like animals and like trees or whatever.
Some of our best inventions are based on that.
It's great, yeah. It's pretty amazing. It's like, all right, the first episode was like, I listened to like 4 or 5 episodes. Like the first one was like, it was how the kingfisher, which is like a little bird that dives down and like catches like fish, but it has to be like quiet. So the kingfisher inspired the design of the bullet train because bullet trains were going through like tunnels and they're making crazy like loud sonic booms when they entered a tunnel and came out, pushing the sound through the tunnel. And they designed it after the kingfisher, and that was pretty good. And there was also like, it's like how the color and texture of it changing, the color and texture changing abilities of like the fucking octopus helped researchers develop camouflage. There's gonna be a new type of camouflage where like you kind of like just go out into like the woods and your clothes are just gonna automatically turn the color of like your surroundings. Kind of like an with octopus technology.
My favorite
I think
animal.
they're probably aliens anyway.
Oh, definitely.
And it's also about like how the mosquito is inspiring a pain-free surgical needle because they study the mouth parts of like the mosquito. It's like you can't tell a mosquito's biting you until it's too fucking late.
Anesthetic that they pump in there.
'Cause it's like a hypodermic needle that you don't feel until afterwards. And that's crazy. So, yeah, we should be studying that technology.
Elizabeth Holmes should have thought of that when she came up with Theranos.
Yeah, it's like, how can a mosquito just suck your blood without you even realizing? And, like, you go to a phlebotomist and they're, like, rolling your vein. And you got a big fucking bruise.
With just the prick of a mosquito, we are going to open the world to less pain.
Oh, yeah, it's a dropout.
And diagnostics. I'm Elizabeth Holmes. I'm going down. You like my impression?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
But it's true, yeah.
But the podcast is also about how black boxes and bike helmets are designed after the remarkable skull of the woodpecker. Because the woodpeckers are crazy. They can just like expand crazy impacts on their head because they're constantly smashing their face into a tree, making holes in trees. It's pretty crazy.
Yo, woodpeckers are by far, hands down, my favorite bird. Eagle is close second. We have them around our house. They're majestic, the most gorgeous big birds, and they fucking go to town, man. And that totally explains it. I had no clue. You know, how did they bang their beaks against the wood without sustaining any brain damage? Oh, okay.
Well,
we harnessed that.
Well, it's weird. Yeah, they got like a spongy skull. It's not like hard like ours. So like if you read our brain inside our skull, it causes brain damage.
We got CTE.
Which I probably have, but
oh, you definitely do.
Definitely
it's just
have.
a matter of time before I'm feeding you and changing your diapers.
So woodpeckers are cutting edge. They got like spongy skulls, you know, like they can absorb impact, you know. They got like a thing around it, and then they designed the black boxes and like airplanes around that, and like bike helmets too. So I got a bike helmet too, and it's designed around like woodpecker skull.
Fuck yeah,
it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. I gotta check that out. Thank you, Buggy.
It's one of the best new things I've seen. It's fascinating. It's binge-worthy. Each episode's under 15 minutes. The longest one is 15 minutes.
Wow.
So, of course, there's only going to be 30 of them because it's 30 animals that made us smarter, but you're going to want to binge that shit.
Well, and then they're going to be like 30 animals that made us dumber.
Maybe, yeah.
That'd be cool.
We'll see. Humans. 30
What?
episodes of human. 30 episodes of humans.
Humans making us regular.
All right, bye.
Yo, so my top pick, it would essentially be my top 3 picks. It's maybe my favorite podcast, one of them of all time. And I wish I didn't get drunk with my family because I don't think I'm going to do it justice. Well, it's called The Root of Evil. And it's hands down, unequivocally, the most disturbing podcast I've ever heard in my life. It's hosted by 2 sisters, Rasha and Yvette, and they tell the story of their mom, Fauna, a biracial woman who was given up for adoption as a baby, and then she goes and she looks for her birth mother. You know, it sounds like an interesting, run-of-the-mill type thing, but no, it unlocks the world to this fucked-up-ass family and solves the Black Dahlia murder.
Really?
Yes. One of the most famous unsolved murders.
Black Dahlia?
Yeah, it's insane.
Who is
70 years. Cold case. Well, I don't want to give... Well, yeah, I'll just fucking give it away. Why not?
Don't worry about it. I'll listen to it.
Well, no, it'll be Dr. Hodel. Everybody can figure that out in, like, the end of the episode.
Because I started listening to Black Dahlia Murders. It was a podcast, and I didn't finish it. But from what I knew, they didn't know who did it.
Well, honestly, like the grandmother, like these girls' grandmother, the host's grandmother, is really an interesting character. So, it basically starts out a woman trying to find her mom, and then it ends with this family coming together talking about their trauma. Oh, and the mystery is solved. What happens in between is jaw-dropping revelations, unimaginable twists, for real, and absolutely disgusting human behavior. Disgusting. They could have just straight up told, like, the story of this is my mom, this is her mom, which is our grandma, and here's our grandma's dad, Dr. Hodel, and this is how we got to this point. But instead, they carefully and artfully chose the narrative to where every 2 seconds your mind is blown. For real. You don't see shit coming, and it sucks you in. And I found myself rewinding it a lot because it's so messed up that my brain couldn't even process it. And I have a fucked up brain. I could process everything, but this really, really disturbed me. And, yeah, I mean, I don't want to give it away. It's just so disturbing, so enthralling. Good. I binged it, the whole thing. I was dissing Ryan. I'm like, I want to do laundry. I want to go do this just so I can finish it. And then Ryan passed out last night watching the mid 90s, which is an amazing movie.
Well, last night was 420, so.
Uh-huh.
By the way, and I ate Sour Patch Kid sized edible, and it fucking destroyed me for like 8 hours. Then I passed the fuck out. I woke up on the couch, still high. I'm like, what is wrong with you kids? What are you putting in this stuff?
What is wrong with you kids? You're the one who ate it.
I know. What's wrong with
What's
these
wrong
people?
with you kids?
Who's making this shit, man?
It was probably like a bunch of 7-year-old shaman.
I don't know. They're fucking... This shit is way stronger than I remember, dude. I remember eating pop brownies back in the day. It was never like that, dude.
I just want to give a quick...
It was like the size of a fucking Sour Patch Kid. That's tiny, dude. The trip for like 12 hours on like a Sour Patch Kid? Go fuck yourself, dude. That's crazy.
Well, anyway, mid-90s, it's
This kid's
true
got
to
it made
form.
nowadays. Huh?
Mid-90s, man.
It was
It's
good
true to
shit.
form. They really nail it. You should watch that.
I gotta watch it again because I don't remember most of it.
I can't believe it.
I remember they were nailing it, though.
Yeah, Ryan...
They were actually doing it. Yeah.
The whole time Ryan is like, oh my God, that's how we used to dress. That's how we used to talk. That's what we used to do. And I'm like, you don't remember any of what we watched last night. You were in it. Like, you did. I don't know. It's funny. We'll watch it again. I would love to watch it again.
Man. I don't know.
Well, that's perfect
Well,
for
I don't
mid-90s.
I don't smoke pot. I don't really do it that
No,
much.
you never do.
So I instead of for 420, I ate some weed and it like, destroyed me. It was more like tripping. I liked it. I'm not saying I didn't like it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I have no idea what that even tastes like because I am a professional with a career.
Right. Yes.
Okay, you're next. What's your next top 3 feed me things?
Well, my next one was Punch Up the Jam.
You sweat punch up the jam's nutsack.
I do. I mention them like every week. But Punch Up the Jam, episode 66, Only Time with Ross Kimball. Punch Up the Jam is a comedy podcast about reviewing and rewriting hit songs. With unpronounceable hosts, Miel Burdau and Demi Edjuwigby.
Good job.
I'm getting better. In this episode, they are joined by guest Ross Kimball. They really dive deep into the new age anthem Only Time by Enya. And holy shit,
No.
I know way too much about Enya now.
Oh, no.
She lives in a castle in Ireland,
Okay.
next to Bono.
That checks out.
She could play 5 instruments, and the 5 instruments are percussion, guitar, ukulele, pipes, which are kind of like bagpipes, a cornet, which is kind of like a trumpet, and an upright bass.
Essentially all you need to start a rock band.
Basically, all you need to be like a new age band. It's pretty good, and she can also sing in 10 different languages, including English, Irish, which probably Gaelic, Latin, Welsh, Spanish, French, Japanese, and also J.R.R. Tolkien's made-up elf language, which she did a song for fucking Lord of the Rings.
Wow. And Morse code.
She has never performed live. Has sold over 75 million records.
That's how you know it's a hoax.
The only way to reach her, if let's say you wanted to sample or use one of her songs, the only way to get to her is through the mail.
A pigeon?
Yeah.
A raven?
Seriously, dude,
You gotta send her a raven.
You gotta send her a letter to her castle next to Bono.
It has to be perfectly the calligraphy.
You have to write it in
parchment.
Gaelic. You have to write it in Gaelic. Her real name is some unpronounceable Gaelic shit. It's called Aithne Padraigani Baronan.
It's not even pronounced that way.
You want to try that?
We're actually going to have a Blowjam episode coming up real soon.
Do you want to try
about...
it? Or I don't know. I can't pronounce it, but
Luckily I don't want to bring shame on my family and not be able to pronounce a Gaelic name.
I can't do it, man. Like, luckily she shortened it to Enya.
Thank you. But real quick, I just want to say we got a Blowjam episode coming up real soon about Irish heritage and Irish history and my family. And we're going to get a lot of those hard to pronounce words.
Yeah. So the song they did, Punch Up the Jam usually does a song and then they usually do a punch up on it where they change it. But they didn't change this one because they thought it was it's actually a pretty good song. I don't like it personally. I don't like Enya. But, yeah, if you break it down, it is kind of perfect. But I still don't like it. It's too perfect. I'm more into I'm a little more punk than that, or a little more rock and roll. I like things to be a little rough.
And I'm a little bit country.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but like I respect the shit out of her though, like for living in a castle and just like never playing any shows, and making everybody come to her, and like
That is awesome,
it's
actually.
still selling 75 million records. Most successful Irish folk music singer ever. That's crazy, dude.
I'm jealous. Mad props, dude. Mad props.
Yeah, it's great. Like, but the only thing I don't like the song they did was called "Only Time," and I'm gonna play it, but it's a reason I don't like it is because I remember when 9/11 happened. Every time they showed news footage, they would just keep playing that song "Only Time."
All I know is
And
Sail
they
Away.
would
Sail
always
away, sail away, sail
no, but they would
away.
always play that "Only Time," and yeah,
Okay, play it for me because I'm not familiar.
you recognize that immediately.
Who can say where the road goes,
Okay.
where the day flows, only time.
But they play this for 9/11 stuff? This is way too calm. What, like while they were showing footage? That's not the most thoughtful juxtaposition. This is like a song that you...
I associate it with
You're not from New York City, but you're from New York. You're New York. This is not the most appropriate song for that. It should be Rain Blood by Slayer. All right.
Anyway, you get
It's
the
a
point.
great, I mean,
You get the
Matt,
point. It's a
like,
good song.
respect.
It's actually a really pretty song. And I looked it up and like if you look up how many tracks she did, like she laid over
Let me guess. 118.
No, she did over 500 vocal tracks
What?
on that song
Ah.
alone. 500 vocal tracks.
Okay.
And she played all the fucking instruments. That's crazy. She's plucking violins and shit.
All right. She's a goddamn genius.
She's a motherfucking genius.
She's somebody that I dismissed as just a singer with a band behind her, but
No,
that's
it's
amazing.
It's all her, and she's doing it in a castle.
Well, I'm excited to hear what they did,
Ireland.
to punch it up.
No, they didn't. They were like,
They didn't punch it up?
they decided it was unpunchable.
It was unpunchable.
They couldn't do it. They didn't want to fuck with it.
Fuck yeah.
Because of 9/11, probably, but I don't think it should represent 9/11.
I never drew that distinction.
I did. That's the only time I ever heard that fucking song. Every time I saw footage of 9/11.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's like associated with it.
Yikes.
It's bizarre.
Ugh.
You don't remember that?
Nah.
But
I
whatever.
was,
And then they did like a dance remix of the song,
Oh, okay.
which is weird. After 9/11, it was all like that slow before, and then like they did like the dance remix.
I
And
mean,
right before that was like "Come Sail Away" or
yeah.
or-
Sail away, sail away, sail away. That reminds me of South Park, where Grandpa was trying to kill himself, and he locked Stan into a room and made him listen to Enya, and he was like, "This is what it's like when you're gonna die, so kill me, Billy." Remember that? That was the first South Park episode I ever saw. I was 11. My sister was 13. And then we showed my dad.
Like, Enya's so badass, like personally,
Yeah.
but I don't like her music. All right.
Yeah.
So what do you got?
Okay. My next one is Love It or Leave It. Great sort of game show, a little bit of Now Hear This type of NPR type thing, but it's with the crooked media flair that we all know and love, our Pod Save America buddies. We got our John Favreau, we got our goddamn motherfucking Tommy Vitor, we got a fucking badass Dan Pfeiffer, and we got the star of the show, John Lovett. And this is his spin-off show, which is super entertaining. We saw him live. He's amazing. And this episode was just really silly, and it was fun. It had a lot of good levity in light of the Mueller report, which came out. And everybody went to motherfucking town on that. And I was just so happy that I listened to that first. Like, I didn't hear anything about it. It, like, I just didn't know about its release. I didn't know anything. So it was just nice to, like, get the news first from something fun. And that's it. That's my short little response.
Wow, your level went way down for some reason.
Was it because Tito was like,
I don't know. I think you're talking less or farther away from the mic.
let me try this again. Love it or leave it. It was great. It was so fucking great. I loved it. I didn't leave it. I loved it.
All right, good. That's way better. All right, so my next one is Duncan Trussell Family Hour. It's from Starburns Audio, hosted by Duncan Trussell. His guest was Shane Moss, a comedian, psychonaut, and scientist. He recently did a documentary on Amazon Prime called Psychonautics, a comics exploration of psychedelics. It's really good. Me and Dale just watched it. He talks with Duncan Trussell about how he did way too many psychedelics for his documentary and didn't sleep for 2 weeks and ended up in the psych ward. He was tripping for a month straight, got into a crazy manic state, and ended up being bipolar 1. It's a very interesting story. He talks about meeting creatures from the DMT realm, which I think might be real. Dale and I have met other beings while doing salvia. These psychedelics could potentially be a gateway to interfacing with a parallel dimension. I think it might be.
I think it is.
And that's what people think, but I'm not sure.
No,
or
it
not.
is.
I don't know.
It 100% is.
But
it
is.
is.
I'm glad there's people like Shane Moss trying to figure it out instead of me, because my psyche's not strong enough. And if he went to the psych ward, I'm pretty much fucked. I couldn't do it.
I like that summary.
It
was really good, though.
I couldn't handle it. But you should watch Psychonautics.
Yes.
Get on Amazon Prime. Or
Psychonautics.
Or listen to Duncan Trussell Family Hour. Or Shane Moss, Here We Are. That's his podcast. He does a science podcast. It's pretty good. He's also a scientist. It's pretty good.
I totally agree wholeheartedly. That was very enlightening. As somebody who does not do any drugs myself because I have a professional career and an image to uphold, but I do understand.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, also 4/19 was Bicycle Day.
Oh.
It's when, all right, so Dr. Albert Hoffman in like 1940 something or whatever, he first took a bike ride when he started discovering acid. I don't know, probably in the 60s.
No, it was before that. Yeah, 50s.
Yeah, probably 50s. Yeah. He was the guy working on trying to figure that shit out, and he actually made the first LSD. He got some of it on his hands, and he didn't realize it was on him, and he lived so close to the place that he just rode his bike back and forth. It took him 5 hours to get home on a 10-minute bike ride. Basically, he tripped his balls off. So he's the first one.
Like 10 times the
10 times
the normal dose.
10 times the normal dose. So he pretty much ate a 10 strip and then rode his bike home. It took him 5 hours to get home.
That sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
Not saying that I would know from personal experience, but that sounds about right.
A lot of introspection, a lot of personal. I bet it was quite a journey. But whatever.
No, that's really cool.
You got another one?
Do I? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because remember how I said how unprepared I am?
Right.
I don't even have a top 3. I mean, let me just go like through my feed and I'll just fucking pick one right now, motherfucker. Let's see here. Blam, 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 blam. Let's do this thing. I want to say something, but I think that you'll already have it. So, I will say Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, Bunny Ears?
Bunny Ears? Was that on your list? Was that your special
Bunny
shout
Ears.
out?
No, but he talked to that one chick who
my
did the
God.
Grammys or something, right?
Yeah, Allie. Oh my God, what's her? It's Allie something.
Wow, you're
Allie
really,
Willis. My
really,
bad.
Really phoning it in.
That's how I roll.
Watch out, Tito sees the deer. He's gonna start barking.
There's really deer.
Yeah.
Like for real, or are you just saying that for the?
No, I just saw
the
him walk around
podcast?
here. But whatever. All right, come on, keep going.
That's a fucking motorcycle, dude.
No, come on.
That is legit a deer. All right, so I gotta finish. It's
Yeah.
just bunny ears. Check it out.
Bunny ears. Okay, we're gonna hit a commercial break. before my dog starts freaking out on this fucking deer. Which I don't blame him. I might let him out there. No, he'll get kicked in the head. Alright. Is a word from our sponsors.
For you, the glorious listeners of PodSmash, by way of Blowjam, Rosetta Stone is offering a 24-month subscription for less than $8 a month. At my work, during the day, I have to speak Spanish sometimes, and Rosetta Stone helped me graduate from Lo siento, hablas inglés, to Lo siento, esta oficina está cerrada ahora, pero va a estar abierta mañana a las 9. ¿Puedes llamar al mismo número mañana, por favor? That just means that the office is closed now. Can you please call the same number tomorrow? And that they're open at 9. So thank you, Rosetta Stone. Now I can actually talk to peeps. So Rosetta Stone continuously sets the standard in learning to enable people to change their world. Their main languages are Spanish, Latin American Spanish, French, Italian, German, English American. So for all languages available, go and check out rosettastone.com/buy now. And when you're convinced, and you will be, you're going to go to rosettapodcast.com/blow for your special offer to Rosetta Stone. Ryan and I own a 2002 Honda Civic manual transmission, and it runs like a fucking gem, thanks in part to Advance Auto Parts. So for you guys, Advance Auto Parts is offering 20% off your first order at advanceautoparts.com/blow. Enter promo code AAP20cast for 20% savings. So Advance Auto Parts is your source for quality auto parts, advice, and accessories. You could pay a shit ton for labor, but how's about you get the part and watch how to do it on YouTube? Save yourself some serious money. Plus, at 20% off, you can't beat that. Advance Auto Parts, Inc., the largest automotive aftermarket parts provider in North America. They service both the professional installer and also, DIY customers. Advance operates over 5,200 stores, over 100 Worldpac branches, and serves approximately 1,300 independently owned CarQuest branded stores. Actually, there is an Advance Auto Parts legit down the street from us. It's awesome. Advance Auto Parts has the essentials from brake pads to batteries, along with all the final touch stuff that you need. So again, to save 20% off your first order, go to advanceautooffer.com/blow. Again, that's advanceautooffer.com/blow to save 20% off your first order. Enter promo code AAP20cast for 20% savings. And we're back. So for the second half of the show, we really like to talk about what's new in our podcast universe. So Ryan, anything newsworthy?
Well, what's new in my news is we're still waiting for Podcast Reviews Podcast, which is a podcast that reviews its own podcast reviews on iTunes, which I reviewed on my podcast. And I wrote them a review for the iTunes on their podcast, and they still won't read my review. So I'm upset about that. In case everyone was confused and they wanted to know what that really was, I don't know what to tell you.
We got to wait a couple weeks, and he'll do it.
Hopefully they'll read it.
They
but
will.
Anyway, Comedy Bang Bang still hasn't. It's a very popular podcast with Scott Aukerman, and they do like sketch comedy, and it's kind of stupid. Very. If you like podcasts at all, you like Comedy Bang Bang. And we made a plug theme for them. And they won't play it. I don't know why, but I'm gonna play it for you right here because I don't know if they're gonna play it or not.
It's the Blowjam Band. Totally original.
Yep, totally original song.
Yep. We don't
Except,
copy any classic rock bands whatsoever.
Right. Then it's going good. Good. I think it's going good. Besides that, we're on all the platforms. Working on the next Blow Jam, which will be with our good friend Dave Garris. It's a long time coming. Recorded it so long ago. We talked about like the history of Binghamton, right? Like Binghamtonian like historians, and he brought a bunch of shit. I remember. I was like, I can't even remember it. It's gonna be interesting.
I know. We don't even remember it. It was
I know it's
almost
gonna be
a year
good.
ago.
I just know it's gonna be good, and it was almost a year ago. And like, I promise it's gonna be different, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be more like about like Binghamton history. If you're wondering about upstate New York and Binghamton and the Twilight Zone, the place where fucking Rod Serling came from.
Yeah. I went to the Rod Serling School of Fine Arts
Right.
in high school.
Yeah,
I think
man.
I mentioned that before. This is the real world, legit Twilight Zone. People try to leave and they get sucked back in, and that is a fact.
Yeah, we live in the real life fucking Twilight Zone. It's a vortex.
And weird shit goes down here.
It's a
I'm
place
not just
where-
making that up.
It's actually a place where two rivers meet, going different directions, and they flow into each other. That doesn't happen anywhere else in like the world, I don't think.
What? I
Probably
don't know.
not. Probably not too many other places. How
Well-
many places do rivers just smash into each other, go in different directions?
Well, in La Crosse, Wisconsin, I guess 3 rivers come together.
okay. The crowd. Well,
So
whatever,
they beat us.
But there's a couple. No, we got the 2 rivers, but
Yeah.
I'm
well,
just saying,
we got
it's-
some weird shit going on.
it's not a
and
common
he was
thing.
right.
There might be like a weird portal to a weird dimension or something.
There were Twilight Zone episodes that were filmed here. It's a big deal.
Oh yeah,
It's a
definitely.
big motherfucking deal, yeah.
The whole Mulberry Street thing, and I used to hang out with people on Mulberry Street. I pretty much lived on Mulberry Street.
Will you explain Mulberry Street?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's basically the ghetto, but it wasn't necessarily the ghetto back in the day, but it's the ghetto.
Yeah, now
Hardcore.
It is. Now it is. But anyway,
All right. Well, can I talk about my news? So, I have some podcast engagements in the works, and I'm just going to tell you guys because I bet it's never going to see the light of day. But I called the Savage Love Cast, all right, with Dan Savage, the host. He talks about all things sexual. People call in with any relationship issues, and he'll give them advice. And he's great. I really like him. So I called just because straight up I want to be on the show. I want to hear my voice, and I want to be able to tell you guys, PodSmash, Blowjam fans, that I'm on there. So what I called about was Blumpkins. So a Blumpkin, if you don't know, a Blumpkin is where you give somebody a blowjob while they're taking a shit. And I was basically like, me and my husband, we've been together for 11 years. We've done it all for real. But I'm just thinking, hey, Blumpkins, ain't never done a Blumpkin. What do you think? Is it too dirty? Is it too unhygienic?
I ain't doing no Blumpkins, man.
No, I ain't doing no Blumpkins. I just want him to think that it's real and be on the show. I try to make it as real as possible. So we'll see how that goes. I'm also trying to record another video for State Wars on Theo Von this past weekend. I fucked up my first one. Now it's my only chance because it's the Elite 8. So he's putting New York State against New Jersey, and the deal is like, oh, okay, the Civil War is coming, so it's going to be states versus each other. The states are going to fight. So, New York versus New Jersey, obviously I have to represent New York, so we're going to see if I get picked out of like 100,000 people. Now, Ryan, I hear a banjo in the background. Do you have a theme song for your next segment?
Podcast I'm listening to. 30 animals have made us smarter. There's a podcast called Risk. Also, there's something called Espionage. It's a podcast hosted by Carter Roy.
That was a lot better than the last go around.
All right, yeah.
Good job. How about every time we do a
Did
podcast
I pick the levels
segment?
or
A little bit. I
Okay.
was trying to
well,
hold
we'll
down the fort.
we can fix that in post. Sorry.
So Ryan's new podcast is a segment where Ryan finds out what new podcasts are out there and they're new to Ryan or they just legit started. So what's up?
Yeah, so new podcast I'm listening to, it was 30 Animals That Made Us Smarter. And I talked about that in the first place. We already talked about that. It's really good. We know about that. Okay. The next one is called Risk. Risk! Exclamation point! It's a weekly podcast and live storytelling show created and hosted by writer and actor Kevin Allison. Risk is a place where people tell true stories they never thought they would share in public. The episode I listened to was a classic Risk singles episode. I guess it means it's a shorter than usual episode. The episode was called Animal. It's a story that Milena Williams Haas first shared on the podcast in 2014 about her animal within. Her story is about going to detox for alcohol and hallucinating her inner demon, which takes the form of a fucking talking hyena. Like, tries to convince her to go break out of rehab and go get drunk. She has to learn how to love her inner animal. The second half of the story gets really fucking like sexually explicit because she lets the hyena out while she's having sex, and it gets really fucking crazy.
Damn.
It's a really weird story, and it's pretty cool. It's hard to understand. And like myself, I've had hallucinations coming off of drugs about hyenas laughing at me. So it really hit me. Like I was like, I know about these hyenas. I'm like, oh yeah. I was like, oh, she saw the hyenas. Doesn't everybody see those? Like, oh yeah, no. And they're like, no. Yeah. So now I know I'm pretty fucking weird, I guess.
Well, it's very important to you because the Blow Jam Band has a jam. It's not even a song.
It's called the hyenas about how they're
yeah.
following me around, and
Laughing at me.
laughing at everything I do, and they're invisible. Only I could see them.
Yeah,
Which
but
is-
it's always a jam. It always changes.
Which is
We
pretty
just
much
have the same lyrics.
her story, which is crazy.
That is weird to listen to that.
And I like that. But it's kind of my story. I don't really see hyenas, but, you know. It's just a... What is that, metaphor for my fucking paranoia?
Yeah, it's a metaphor for the voices in your head
The
where you're chastising
paranoia.
yourself.
Yeah.
So I have a segment, and I forgot I have a segment because Deal is famously unprepared for these things. Hey, Ryan, just buy me some time because I got to have a segment song. Just hold this for me, okay?
Do you want me to do another podcast?
Yeah, whatever.
All right, so I did another one. New podcast I'm listening to. It's called Espionage. It's a Parcast podcast hosted by Carter Roy. I know I already mentioned this one, like probably last week or the week before, but I thought I should review the part 2 of this story. So here it goes. The Rosenbergs Part 2. It's an explosive mistake after Julius and Ethel sold atomic bomb secrets to the Soviet Union in 1945. American intelligence began a manhunt to find the traitors as the FBI swarmed around them, and the USSR contacts totally abandoned them. So the Rosenbergs definitely made a critical mistake. You should listen to it. It's pretty good. I don't know if I'll keep it in my feed. I think it's pretty good. I don't know if I have to listen to the next story, but this one kind of like kept me hanging, made me come back, but then I was kind of like, eh. But hopefully I'll like it next time.
Did you just bring back our A segment?
No, I didn't.
Remember when we had A's and Nays?
Yeah, it's kind of an A, but
Why would we
yes.
talk about A's?
Espionage
No,
is
I'm
kind of
sorry.
an A, but we'll
It'll pick back up.
it hooked me in the first one. And like, I was kind of like, eh. I didn't really like the conclusion, but I'm gonna listen to the next. I still want to listen to the next episode, so they got me on the line. So we'll see if it stays in my feed.
That just brings me back. I'm sorry. I'm like obsessed with The Root of Evil, that podcast that I talked about at the top of the show, because it leaves you on twists, but it doesn't leave you on twists because it, like, each episode has about 6 twists. It's like all twists. All right. So if you like twists, listen to The Root of Evil. And now it's Delia's turn for a goddamn podcast segment.
Yeah, that's your segment.
Fuck.
There you go. Now it's your segment.
I came so unprepared, and like now I can't get my mic right.
Hey, normally I do 3 podcasts for the new thing.
Yeah, you fucking got it going.
Right.
You got it going on. Whose phone was that?
That was yours.
Fuck. All right, will you just hold this for me?
No.
I can't get this to work.
Just hold it in your fucking hand.
But I can't because I'm about to play an instrument. All right, it doesn't matter.
Too bad.
Because I didn't prepare this song. This is where Delia gets in touch with a feminine side. This is where Delia learns how things are stacked up against women in the world. Fucking women have the best things going on, and this song is ominous, but it's really all about solidarity. I love women, and I don't give women enough time and effort. But I am focused on podcasts that bring to light injustices towards women, or even just women-centric issues, things like that. So I started listening to Paycheck, which is a podcast by Bloomberg, Bloomberg Media and the news outlet. And it's about the pay gap, you know, the glass ceiling, the pay gap between men and women.
The PDAP?
The PDAP.
The
You
PDAP.
guys know the PDAP.
You know, the PDAP.
The PDAP. That sounds like a fun party.
PDAP.
Hey guys, do you want to go PDAP tonight? But yeah, it's the P gap.
We're going to go PDAPing.
So I just want to explain my views on the payment gap, which is, first of all, never wanted to think about it, never considered it, because it's something that disturbs me and I didn't want to know any more of it. Just keep my head down, work, I get paid what I get paid, whatever. So they say that women make 80 cents to the dollar that every man makes, and then they break it down. Like, how is that possible? Is it averages? Is it in what capacity of work? They go back and do like historical, situations and lawsuits, or even recent things like Monique, the actress and comedian, getting paid less even though she's an Oscar winner because she's black and a woman. So for me, it got me thinking about myself. Like, am I making the same wage as a man would make? But I have no way to tell. I have absolutely no way to tell. First and foremost, I don't have a comparable job, especially not with anybody in my company. I really can't compare myself to anybody in the company. I'm a quality assurance specialist, but I also do programming and training and operations and basically every facet of the game. What's the matter? No, I'm not going to keep going. You just fucking walked away. And now it's my turn for Deal's segment, which is uplifting women. Women are discarded and pushed aside, even though we're half the population. So what gives? Wow, I'm going to dive deep into the podcast that sheds some light on what women are up against and how women come together. Without further ado, this is Delia's Women Corner. Women are the best. So, I'm getting into some women-centric podcasts, which is great because I was not raised to be a feminist. I was raised by a strong woman, but she didn't really teach me anything, and I not anything in the world of like, here's all the important figures, this is why you have this life today. Nah, I didn't really get a lot of that, or in school. I just didn't get it. And so now as a 33-year-old woman, I'm making up for lost time. So the podcast that I'm really into that I just discovered, it's called Paycheck. It's via Bloomberg News, and it's talking about the wage disparity and the pay gap, the glass ceiling, if you will. So I didn't understand it, and I didn't even want to think about it because I just want to keep my head down and just work and not think about how a man is making more money than me. But turns out that I can't relate because nobody has the same position that I have. And also, and in my company, like, I wouldn't even be able to find out whoever even does remotely the same job as me can make. But also, they're talking about how, like, oh, well, men are in the higher jobs. They're up in administration. And, like, yeah, women take more customer service jobs towards the lower level. But at my work, I have an openly gay CEO, and all of the administrators and vice presidents and everything are women. So I'm very happy, and everything that they're talking about is like something that I can't personally relate to, but that doesn't mean that it's not a goddamn motherfucking problem. I just happen to be lucky. So there you go, women. Eat that. Oh my God. I'm just kidding. Like, for real. It's very enlightening. It really is enlightening. It's, for me, what my takeaway is thus far is it's the disparity between a man working the exact same job and a woman working the exact same job in the same industry. And the disparity is really, it's there. It's factual. You can tell by the numbers. So there you go. That's Deal's segment. And now it's time to go to the podcast dark side. We aren't afraid to tell you what you shouldn't listen to. It's the nay segment. Ryan, what was nah for you this week?
Okay, surprisingly, it was Pod Save America.
What? That is a surprise.
Behind the Bastards. And all the other podcasts who did like fucking 2-hour episodes about the Mueller report. Fuck that, because that's all I saw on the fucking TV. That's all I saw, like, everywhere. It's all I kept hearing about. I'm just sick of hearing about it. And all the fucking speculation. Should we impeach Trump? Should we not impeach Trump? Yeah. Oh, impeach him, dude. Yeah, definitely. Is it a roadmap for impeachment? Did he obstruct justice? Yeah, he totally obstructed justice. It was on TV. Just impeach the motherfucker. Stop it, man. Like, I'm so mad. Like, all this shit is clogging up the news cycle. It makes me want to, like, stab my own eyeballs out. And, my ears, too. My ears! Podcast! I would stab my eyeballs out. And all I have left is podcast, and now I want to stab my eardrums out. So it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, just fucking... Just come on, Democrats. Let them drop. Just let them drop. Put a little bass in your voice. Let those balls drop. Grow a fucking pair. Impeach that motherfucker.
Tito's really upset. Our dog is really
Tito's
upset
right,
because he has no balls.
He's alright, though. He's got more balls than fucking the Democrats.
Oh, I think he's upset that you're yelling.
He's upset that I'm yelling and he wants me to impeach Trump. But you know Trump is guilty as fuck and just impeach his ass. That's all. That's my nay. But whatever.
It's kind of funny because I remember like 5 PODSMAShes ago we're like, fuck the Mueller report. Like, let's just stop reporting on it till we actually see the report. And now we see the report and it's just like overload. Like, yeah, we knew all this stuff. But whatever. I'm a hardcore Republican. Live and die Republican.
Now it's like, gotta like get the unredacted report.
I'm a 100% Trump supporter all the way. Make America great again. I would fuck his orange mushroom dick until my anus fell out.
So gross. Don't do that.
No, I would never do that. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. So that's actually a really good pick. It's just it's overload and people didn't need to do it for 2 hours. Just pick the most, insightful things that we don't already know. And then there you go. Thanks, buddies.
Yes, that's my nay, the Mueller report, because it doesn't make me happy.
Hey, guess what my nay is?
You got a shout out or nay?
No, I have no nay. That's what my guess was going to be. Do I have a shout out? I don't know. Deal's unprepared, so let me just turn it over to you. My special shout out is Ryan doing his special shout outs
Okay,
because
so my
he's on the money.
my special shout out is WTF with Mark Maron. He interviewed Mark Arm from the band Mudhoney.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
I really fucking like that band. They're one of my favorite bands like ever. Like seriously, like
Every boy deserves fudge.
listen to the album Every Good Boy Deserves Fudge.
Oh, fuck
It's a way
no.
to remember the scale, music scale.
Oh,
every
the
good
lines.
every good boy deserves fudge. E G B D E F.
And the spaces are FACE.
Yeah, and the space is space. Space face in the space. Every good boy deserves fudge. Face in the space. So I always want to come out with an album called Face in the Space in honor of that historical Mudhoney album, which is amazing. But listen to Mudhoney. They're fucking cool. They came out with this song, Touch Me, I'm Sick. They're straight up the first like grunge band ever. Check them out.
I like how they all have day jobs. It's like they're not like rock and rollers who just
Like the one guy works in the warehouse of fucking like
sub pop.
Sub Pop Sub Pop Records, which is crazy. And because they helped create Sub Pop. Sub Pop was created around them. They're like the first person they signed. It's just insane to me.
It's really cool for like a really popular band to
It's fun.
still have day jobs because they're like once, if that's what's putting food on the table, it's not fun. And that's totally true.
Yeah, because they're like, this is just our hobby. And like, they've been making music and they had hits, man, like on the fucking radio. It's great.
Yeah. Good
So-
for them. I love that.
So,
They're like my heroes.
Check out WTF Mark Maron when he interviewed Mark Arm from Mudhoney. Mudhoney's like one of the best bands from the 90s like ever. And thank you for listening to this podcast. My name's Ryan Blackman, Ryan Blowjam. My wife is Delia Blowjam. She's not Delia Blackman at all. She's trying to remain professional, and we'll see you next week.
607-296-7297. Call the Blowjam headquarters tip line. Follow us on the social medias. All you gotta do is type Blowjam into Google and we come up before any porn. So thanks, guys. We love you. See you next week.
Friday, 12:24 p.m. Hello? I think it could have been a Vaginal. No? No? Could have been a I think it was a Lamborghini. Hello? Thursday, 6:52 p.m.
Let's get this. My grandmother calls me earlier talking about it's an emergency. My vajayjay is itchy. Can you go to Walmart and get me a beta fish? That's what I said.
End of messages.